mysteries that are gonna make us question everything. Thank you, Blue Lion, for the video.
Very crazy and interesting video for y'all to check out over here from Ohio. Now, this was from the storm from last night. You guys can see this lightning and this plasma going crazy, but it's what you're going to hear that's going to throw you off. And I know it's going to throw you off because me listening to it also threw me off, y'all. What do you think this is? Please let me know down in the comments below, because this thing gave me chills, y'all. Listen to this. Now watch the sky, because as soon as the plasma and lightning starts going off, that's when the noise starts. And we're going to get a whole bunch of different colors out here, y'all. But listen to this.
So extra.
Y'all hear that growling? And my friend told me that this was no wind. You can clearly see that. Look, the trees are not blowing or anything.
I thought it
so
was wind
what is
too.
it? Literally sounds like somebody's breath, a giant being's breath. Could it be those giant beings that they've been telling us have been extinct? Yeah, I don't know what you heard, but I heard some intense growling from some, I don't even know. This is above my pay grade. But whatever that was, it sounds huge. It sounds big. But did anybody else in Ohio hear this? Please let me know down in the comments below, y'all, and share this video. This needs to get out there. This is crazy.
Thank you, Big, for the next couple of videos.
Another volcano erupt, and this one shook the island hard. This time we are in the Philippines. But take a look at the initial smoke that this volcano is blowing out. What kind of message is it sending out here, y'all? I mean, look at the cloud of smoke. Now, just watch the clouds, y'all. I mean, volcanoes speak too, right? They don't speak like us humans, but this is a frequency that is sending out. This massive eruption caused a volcano to send ash up to 3 miles up in the sky. People felt the ground tremble and shake, and pretty soon I'm sure it's gonna get dark with all this ash. So this is gonna look like a scene out of a movie, y'all. The Philippines is an island nation composed of 7,000 islands, and as you can see here, it is situated right on the ring of fire. So when one blows, the other ones aren't too far behind. So first it was Iceland, then Italy, and now the Philippines, y'all. I really believe this isn't random. Something is going on here. They're calling it the ring of fire. And now, you know what I'm saying? Things are happening here, all around here, y'all. And then Kilauea sits right there in the middle of it all, like, you know, setting it off. Do you guys really believe all of what's happening around the world is random? I don't believe so. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this video, y'all. The shift is here, like I've been telling y'all. Let's continue to get it.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they just discovered a human ring tied to Chinese organ black market smuggling operations in Georgia, the country Georgia? And yeah, why is that not being talked about more? 3 Thai women have recently escaped. Now, this happened back in January, I believe. We're just catching wind of it now because these women are coming out and telling their story. Basically, they're lured in by fake Facebook ads. Be very careful with that. Everyone should be careful with Facebook job postings. They offer salaries. They say you're going to be like a surrogate for a family that can't conceive, that wants a baby. Then they kidnap you when you arrive in Georgia. They take your passport and they harvest your eggs. And it's alleged that there is ties to black market Chinese markets, probably American too. Sounds a lot like the biolabs in Ukraine. Wouldn't it be crazy if there's still hundreds of women being held?
This is a chemical that apparently causes hair loss that's in our shampoos. I'll tag the creator below who told me about it. I ran to AI and they gave me a list of shampoos that do not have this chemical in it because apparently they don't have to list it on their bottle. It is worth a look. Are you losing hair?
Law enforcement just released a statement on the news. My mom actually sent me the video of Channel 3 News in Connecticut. A lot of you have been wondering about the recent events, the 3 sets of remains, as well as the Groton, Connecticut situation at Bluff Point, and what seems to be going on with that.
Welcome back. New for you Tonight here at 6, multiple sets of human remains have been found around New England lately, including here in Connecticut. There are also reports of missing and suspicious people in the southeastern corner of our state. Some speculate it's all connected, but police say don't jump to conclusions just yet. Your reporter in New London County is Luke Hydash. 38-year-old Stephen Gush has been missing since March 29th. Town of Groton police and state police have spent countless hours searching.
We've conducted exhaustive searches, our own drone unit here. We've had detectives and officers out on foot. We've also benefited from the use of their dive team who checked a couple of bodies of water.
Meanwhile, Groton City police are investigating human remains found at this cemetery on Mitchell Street March 19th. No ID yet. Remains were also recently found in New Haven and Foster, Rhode Island. New Haven police identified the remains there as 59-year-old missing woman Denise Leary. And just over the border in Foster, state police are calling the death of Michelle Romano, 56, of Warwick, suspicious after her remains were found on Plainfield Pike. 4 different cases, 4 different agencies.
As far as tying them together, I've even seen things as far as Rhode Island, trying to connect it with people here in Groton, and there just is no information that would indicate that that's the case.
There is also concern about a suspicious man at Bluff Point State Park. A man online says he was followed on the trails. Olga Pacheco says she didn't see anything today outside of extra police.
Never problems, never. I see no difficulties, no. Today in the morning, the police in different car.
Groton dispatchers did get a call about that Bluff Point incident, but they say what was reported and what was posted online are a little bit of 2 different stories.
All of them be like, oh, bigger. Didn't say anything. Where is he now? He's on the trail.
Encon police are investigating this since it happened at a state park and says there's no threat to the public. Again, police have not connected any of these incidents, but say if you see something suspicious, don't be afraid to.
Thank you, Mike, for the video.
Would have not wanted his organs removed. All of us, all parents, are here. We said no. I need them to determine this week. My son did not want that. I signed with somebody. He's not getting that.
This is a reminder to not let your children be an organ donor on their ID or their license. Thank you, Hector, for the videos.
Giant foot in the ocean
Really?
of Thailand. People are saying it's biblical because right after they saw the foot, a 7.7 earthquake happened. You see that big foot in the water?
Oh, what the?
Yeah, this is literally a person swimming. Look how fat it is.
What?
Yo, scientists couldn't even see what it means, but I think that's why. Thailand. So there's a streamer named Deshay, and he was in Thailand for a stream. The first day that he got there, that earthquake happened, fam.
Oh, but all my friends like mine.
What is that?
It's just a.
Oh, this is a tsunami?
No, that was
But
happening.
it's an earthquake.
Are you serious?
Bro, what the is that? Oh,
Are you?
no, I'm dead. What the is this?
No, bro, this.
Oh! No, we gotta die!
No.
Oh! Oh! We gotta go! How do you get out? We gotta go! We got stairs! Oh!
They're doing everything you're not supposed to do.
Oh my gosh, no! Hey,
High-rise building. You don't want to be in a high-rise building when the earthquake happens, fam.
Yeah.
And a 7.7, people were saying like this earthquake was different, fam. This is like something was awakening from the earth.
People believe that pigs contain the souls of banished humans. I'm not even gonna cap with you. When I heard this shit, I was like, what the f? It makes so much sense to me. One, I'll say this already. If you look at a pig's eyes, they strangely look human.
Yeah, they look weird.
There's even a quote in the Bible. Even the demons didn't want to go to hell.
Right.
They begged Jesus to put them into the bodies of pigs.
Really?
Yes. There's just so many other things of, apparently, bro, pigs can't not even look up at the sky.
Really? If they
Yes,
wanted to?
If they wanted to, they can't. Cannot
What
look
the
up at the sky. So basically that's saying like you'll never even be able to like look upon
up,
the heavens.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, bro, most religions do not eat pig. You know what I mean? They say like don't eat that, bro. It's
Pork,
not
yeah.
at all. They don't want you to eat pig. I remember this one thing that stuck out to me, bro, and it just confirmed this shit for me too. I remember there was a serial killer who he used to eat people, and somebody interviewed him and asked him, "What does human beings taste like?" And this damn near said it tastes like pig.
Yeah, I remember.
And there's a bunch of other people that have said that were cannibals.
Yeah, what's the face said that? The guy that was turning people into burgers and here.
Yes, he said it too.
He said it tasted like pork.
You're talking about Joe Metheny.
Yeah, Joe Metheny. Yeah.
Yes, bro. That's insane. He said it tastes like pork.
That's crazy.
All these people said the same thing, like human beings taste like pork. So it's like, is that why? Because
they are.
Thank you, Icy, for the video.
Matrix is a computer-generated dream built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy. I just said it would be the truth.
Stop. Let me out. Let me out! I want out!
In Seattle, people ask me why Walmarts are closing. The answer is simple. When I took an Army logistics class, the U.S. Army developed a logistics system for Walmart. Walmarts were strategically set up around the world to act as military distribution bases. So if we have problems in Yemen, the Special Forces takes over the Walmart in Yemen. You can order a helicopter and nuclear weapons on a Walmart logistics system. There's a back door into it. They taught me that. If you are going to have Operation Jade Helm throughout the Southwest, you seize a Walmart. You can order things such as M16 rounds. You can order an M16 to the Walmart program. So they walk into a Walmart, fire 2,200 people in California. You're all laid off. Go away. No unemployment. Get out of here. Because the military then takes over their base. The specific logistics program I was trained on in California, it's the same program they use at Walmart. The Walmarts are federal military posts. How many Walmarts they have, they get extra money from the government. And when the government takes over, they get a fortune from the government. Those products are redistributed to other Walmarts. In addition, the American dollar is no longer being accepted in a lot of countries. Walmart can't get products. Nobody will exchange the American dollar for the toys that we're getting at Walmart. Sorry, it's the way it is. The end game is here. Folks, if you get laid off from Walmart and Home Depot, they're similar to colleges that are federal repositories like Humboldt State University, where they have underground battalion headquarters, Evergreen State College in Washington. Thousands of colleges have pre-prepared military bases underneath them. The Walmarts and the Home Depots are the same way. So if you're working for Home Depot and you get laid off, go to another one. But that's likely to get laid off. Because as Poodly hits the fan, this is what is in our Department of Defense manuals, to seize the Home Depots and to seize the Walmarts and use their logistics program to order our weapons to kill us. It's the way it is. Sorry. I've been trained on it. I'm one of the few officers that was trained on the Walmart program. The entire class was enlisted except me. Anyway, thank you. You have a wonderful day, and I wish you the best of luck.
I was looking at some of the comments, and they were saying how like Walmart was the first location open when the pandemic had occurred, and like it never closed. Like they were always open. And then somebody had mentioned like Walmart can mean martial law, so they were saying like law is wall, from Walmart. And then the Mart part is martial. So you put it together, that's martial law. And then they were also saying how like this explains why they sell guns at Walmart. There was a picture that I would have to, if I find it, I'll post it, but it was a picture and Walmart can be, what was it? Was it a FEMA? Yeah, Walmart are like your future FEMA camp. So I'll post a picture if and when I find it. I know I'll find it. And then they were also saying how there are 0 Walmarts in Yemen. I gotta look that up because I don't even know what Yemen is. Okay, so Yemen is a country in the Middle East. There's 0 Walmarts in Yemen. Thank you, Big, for the next couple of videos.
We're all trapped for sure. Been realizing that, you know, this isn't real anymore. Like, we go to work, pay bills, eat, go to sleep, repeat, maybe do some fun activities or hobbies, you know, but this ain't it for sure. And I feel like the TV, movies, the social media, like, keeps you, like, distracted. So, like, you can't ascend to, like, your next level of consciousness. Like, we're stuck in this prison for sure. Like, you will not really ever ascend until you get rid of all attachments, like the TV, the phone, whatever you're consistently doing. Maybe you're into food, like you like going to McDonald's like 3 times a day. Like, until you get rid of attachments, you'll never ascend consciously.
Hey y'all, I have to put you onto Rapha Roots, a brand that's all about natural health and wellness. Whether you're looking for hormonal balance, better digestion, or just want to feel like your best self, everything that they make is designed to help you feel good from the inside out. I've been using their products and let me tell you, they're amazing. Their supplements are packed with plant-based ingredients that really work. One of my favorites is honestly their female hormonal balance, which has been such a game changer for me. I've got a special discount code just for you. Use my code Perkyy15 at checkout to get 15% off on all their products. Trust me, you don't want to sleep on this deal. Head over to therapharoots.com and check them out today. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. Now enjoy the rest of the video.
Now they're using Indeed to track people. Indeed.
Oh, Indeed.
The app that you're supposed to be using to look for a job. People are literally coming up missing. So I came across a story here regarding some situations that's going on in Florida. I don't know if it's happening in other cities. I have never heard of this. Where people are looking for jobs, going to these places where they think the interview is at, and coming up missing. Somebody pulled a plug on CERN. Like, pull the plug, because there are definitely some dark, evil entities that are among us. To play with a person at their most vulnerable time, when they are looking for a job, never mind the fact that people have been looking for jobs, ain't been having no luck. People have already been saying that Indeed ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed. Now they gotta worry about the fact that when they actually get a call back, get dressed up and go, and thinking that they about to get a job to provide for themselves, only for them to possibly get snatched up. If you got a job right now, stop complaining about it, okay? Be grateful, be thankful, because it is definitely something really, really nasty going on out here. There's always been danger going on in the country. Now, if you don't tell me that a lot of things really start getting worse over the last 4 or 5 years. And it's a shame that American citizens who may be needing assistance with getting a job and using a trusted site to find one, can't even trust the site no more. Unplug CERN, unplug Indeed, unplug all of this. Matter of fact, just start the whole world over. Because at this point, we are sliding down a razor blade and landing in an alcohol river.
The best advice I can give when it comes to applying for jobs would be to, like, just go on their website and do it. I think that's like a safer alternative, because this is the second time I've heard something with interviews and jobs, and it's like they're doing stuff. Somebody was saying how they had an interview, and the interview, or a company had set up the interview for her at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. You don't hear interviews at that time. Like, that's weird. And then it was at some strange warehouse. The person didn't go, thankfully. Gotta be safe and gotta be protected, because apparently they're starting to seep into these places at people's most vulnerable moment. People are on there looking for jobs to have some type of financial security, and you have people on there that are trying to traffic.
Yo, we are straight up, oh my god. This is really dangerous. Oh my god.
What state was
out of nowhere, and it tiny. Oh my god, right? Oh my god, Ash is getting my eyes. Yeah, it's bad. Ew.
We need to investigate everybody who worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Because somebody who was in that room is a time traveler, and I am sure of that. If I were to tell you 13 years ago a game developer would predict the future, you'd probably call me crazy, right? But stay with me. You see, Black Ops 2 was released in November of 2012, and in every single Call of Duty game, there's a campaign. And in the campaign of Black Ops 2, China and the United States are in a Cold War. But why exactly did China and the United States get into a Cold War? As it says right here, it's because China stopped exporting rare earth elements, which is something that sounds ridiculously insane, like that would never happen. Only yesterday, that's what China did. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, this is a reach. It's a video game who said sometime in the future this would all happen. But it gets even crazier when you realize when Black Ops 2 was set. Because in this video game, it's not set in 2012. In fact, it is set in the year 2025. As in the year 2025 that we are in. Meaning that 13 years ago, the game development team that was building Black Ops 2 accurately predicted all of this down to the exact year that this is happening. We need to investigate everybody who worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Predictive programming, Nuketown 2025. So are zombies next?
Fort Meade has 18 acres of mainframe computers underground. You're talking to your wife on the phone, you use the word bomb, president, Allah, any of 100 keywords. Computer recognizes it, automatically records it, red flags it for analysis. That was 20 years ago.
Thank you, Mike, for the video.
With signs in tow, these residents made their voices heard Saturday, fighting to stay in their homes.
They have no answers for our community. Only thing they want to do is find ways to take.
The city of Villa Rica wants to extend the Mirror Lake connector through the spot where homes currently sit. The goal is to connect the Douglas County side of Villa Rica to the downtown area. But residents say they're not leaving, with many of these families owning these homes for decades.
They're not going to take it. They're going to have to pay for it. But we don't want to move. My sister and them don't want to move, and they will not.
They've been talking for more than a year saying they don't want this. Residents from Mirror Lake have even come over and said, we didn't ask for this. But yet they have willfully continued to push this forward.
Residents also say there's been a lack of transparency from the city. Back in December at a community meeting, interim city manager Diana DeSanto said the project was needed due to growth in the area. In that meeting, she also said she hopes to come to a compromise with residents. She told Fox 5 days later she wished the city had been more open about their plans from the beginning.
I wish we'd done better. I wish we'd done a better job of communicating from the very beginning.
Residents say they will continue to speak out.
They're displacing a whole bunch of people. My daddy is a disabled veteran, served his country, and now has to worrying about if he has a place to go.
The mayor of Villa Rica did not wish to comment on today's protest. We also are still waiting to hear back from the interim city manager. At the live desk, Kim Luffler, Fox 5 News.
Still hasn't canceled the tariffs. No, he hasn't. He's going to crush the global economy. Why do this? Why would that? To bring manufacturing jobs to the United States? But why would the richest men in America and tech billionaires like Peter Thiel care about manufacturing? Why would tech billionaires and oligarchs want manufacturing on U.S. soil? It doesn't make any sense. Labor's more expensive here. No company's gonna front the capital to rebuild a factory in the United States, and the workers aren't even trained here. Think in centuries. They say they want to give people jobs. People don't want to do manufacturing jobs 10 hours of a repetitive motion for their entire working lives. These jobs shouldn't be done by people, right? Robots and computers, they're not going to have to pay people to do those jobs. That's why they want the factories in the United States. They want to run them. And they want interest rates down because they're going to take out bank loans to front the capital to build the factories in the United States and furnish them with robots. Yes, they're going to get infinitely wealthy. But if robots are replacing some of the necessary labor in the economy, then maybe regular working people will have less hours. And the owners of the factories aren't going to share any of the money made off of them. Don't you think workers are more likely to resist that economic order if they can't be fired for their resistance? They won't have jobs. They'd have nothing to lose. So who's going to buy the stuff they make in the factory? Exactly.
As a scientist, I was never a believer in conspiracy theories.
I believe Al-Qaeda was responsible for the 9/11 attacks. I believe we landed on the moon. And I believe Oswald shot JFK. Okay. No, to believe our government covered up these events requires proof. A conspiracy theory, like any theory, needs proof. So that's the first question I'd ask me. Where's your proof? In 1997, scientists from NOAA recorded a sound in the deep Pacific. It's thought to be organic in nature and has never been identified. It's called the bloop. In the early 2000s, it was proved that the Navy beached whales while testing sonar weapons. For years, the Navy denied that they were responsible for these beachings. These are facts. And in some of the incidents, there were reports of something else washing up with the whales. In 2004, 2 boys were the first to arrive on a mass whale beaching in Washington State. They captured it on a cell phone. The boys claim they saw something that day. They claim they saw a body. And they went on record claiming they saw a body. That official record was later changed, and the Navy took the remains of what the boys found. I know this because I was part of the team investigating that beaching and what the Navy did that day. And I believe I...
Thank you, Parallel, for the video.
And if traffic was bad, the parking problem was impossible, just like now. So one California genius disproved the simile useless as a fifth wheel. His fifth wheel aimed sideways, and with it you could sneak into the tightest hole. Elephant power steering? Well, somehow it never caught on. Why not? We'll never know. That's ancient history.
I just ran this truck off of plastiline, 100% plastic waste. In this can here, I have plastiline. Gasoline alternative that I made 100% from plastic waste. And what we have here is a beautiful vintage truck. And today, the 6th of April, 2025, I'm about to put plastiline inside of a truck and run it for the first time in history. So,
protect this man at all costs.
Let's do it. Plastic in the fuel.
I don't know why they float when they do this.
Does it smell different from gasoline? Yes, yeah, it's different. So this is not gasoline that we just put in here. This is plastiline. Let's do it. Plastic in the fuel. Get that stuff. Get the stuff and it's going
Went down this freaking cemetery rabbit hole. It done blew my mind, got me thinking why 330 million people that live in here in America, and there's only 144,000 cemeteries in America, which on average is 2,400 dead people per cemetery if everybody in America was die at once. You telling me this nation been going for 250 years and we still got room in cemeteries and there's not new cemeteries ever being built?
The reason why this one's interesting is because y'all know we just reacted to that KFC commercial, and I started like really looking into it to see like what I missed the first time I watched it. And that KFC commercial was really expressing how it's human remains in the chicken. Right, we got that point. I think the reason why there aren't any more cemeteries, even though there's so many people being birthed each and every single day for decades, is because they are putting humans in the fast food industry. I don't know. You gotta think about it. Because KFC and McDonald's are the main ones that have been saying something.
We all get exactly the same amount of time. Exactly. Now here's something interesting. The sand in the bottom of the glass represents the past. The sand in the top of the glass represents the future. This is the way it actually is. You have no idea what's in the top of the glass. You only know what's in the bottom of the glass. Isn't that interesting? And you see, the only thing we've got anything to do with is what's right here in the center right now.
Right.
Everything else is an illusion. It's a myth. It's gone. When I was a young boy, my grandmother used to always be saying, "I'll soon be gone, dear, I'll soon be gone." Well, you know, I think probably when I first started to remember, she was probably around 60. I was just a little kid. Now, at that time, I thought 60 was really old. I've since changed my perception of that, but that's what I thought at the time. Grandma would say, "I'll soon be gone, I'll soon be gone, dear." We thought Grandma was never going to go. Now, we didn't want her to. We loved her dearly. Grandma was an angel of God, but at 94, she was still going. And one night, the angels just came and took her away. 94. For 34 years, I'll soon be gone. Now, I've been here for 85 years, going on 86. I don't know how much sand I have left on the top of the glass. I know what's down here, but what's down here is gone. When I was a young guy, at the same time, I had a friend named Bob Yates. Bob Yates and I were, as they say, thick as thieves. We did everything together. Just two young guys. And Bob turned 16 a little ahead of me, and he got his driver's license. He was coming in the Kingston Road Highway in Toronto with a little bit of an open panel truck, and he had a pile of red paint, 16 gallons of red paint in the back. He ran into the abutment of a bridge. The red paint come through, squashed him against the bridge, and the bridge squashed him against the paint. Like that, 16. He was snuffed out. There was red paint all over the abutment of that bridge for many, many years. If you had asked Bob half hour before he hit that bridge how much time he had left, he'd have said half a century for low. He didn't have half an hour. Here's Grandma at 60 saying I'll soon be gone. She had another 34 years. Bob at 16 was all over. See, the truth is we don't know how much time we've got. But we know we're here and now. And the only thing we've really got is what's right here in the center. Right now. If we want to enjoy more of life, we've got to give everything we've got right now.
Right now.
Let's not plan, well, in the future I'll do it. Or let's not be sad about what didn't happen in the past. You see, I have a sand timer around me all the time. I got 2 or 3 of them around here. There's another one on a windowsill here somewhere. And it reminds me that all I've got is right now. I want to be as effective as I can. I've had many mentors in my life, Napoleon Hill being one of the biggest, Earl Nightingale for 5 years, Ray Stanford, Dr. McFarland, Ken McFarland, who was just a phenomenal guy, Dr. Harry Roeder, Leland Bell Vanderwall. These people helped shape my mind. I started with nothing, and I built a company that operates all over the world. I've earned millions of dollars. And I've come to the conclusion that you and I are capable of doing whatever we can see. If we can hold it in our head, we can hold it in our hand. We've got to step out and do different. We've got to quit playing like this is a game. We've got to treat life like what it is. It's sacred. Yet we're capable of doing anything we want. But we've got to do it. It ain't going to happen for us. You see, I think this is very important we focus on this. Focus on right now, because that is all you've got. There isn't any past, there isn't any future. Now's it. It's it. When the sand's gone, it's gone. Now you see there's more sand in the bottom of the glass than there is in the top. Here, boom, I can turn it over. Now I got more sand in the top than the bottom. But you can't do that with your life. I can do it with a sand timer, but I can't do it with my life.
Good point.
But I can be more effective now by making up my mind I'm going to be. And that's what I recommend you do. Don't waste your time. Do you know that everybody alive gets exactly the same amount of time we get all there is? It's what we do with it that makes the difference. Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today, you're going to figure it out. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.
That man's name was Bob Proctor, and they said he died at 87. I don't know if he said in the video, I don't know what he said when it came to his birth or his age, but he died at 87, and a couple like quotes have popped up on my mind. I started with the Bible verse of Matthew 6:34 that explains, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Today has enough trouble of its own. I'm saying that for a reason. I'll say my quotes and then I'll kind of connect them all together. And then I like how he said that we all have the same 24 hours. So there's a quote that says we all get the same 24 hours each day. What sets us apart is what we do with them. And then another favorite quote of mine is, yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Because we can get in this habit of worrying about a time that's no longer here and worrying about a time that hasn't come yet, that we completely forget about the exact moment that we're in right now. Because time is passing. Like when I tell you, it is speeding by, but we can be so focused on something that's no longer here and something that hasn't even come that we're not focusing on the moment. So when we don't focus on the moment, that now becomes a past. So we have to learn to just really cherish and focus on the time that we're given, because time is short. Life is short. You don't know when you'll be here and then gone the next. It's just cherishing the time that Yahuwah has given us, because again, it's more to life. It's stuff that we are sitting down here to do, and it's fulfilling that. It's wanting to be that vessel. It's wanting to be that helping hand. So just taking the time and cherishing it and valuing it and not taking it for granted, because you're only given one life.
I wholeheartedly believe what I'm about to say. I think there are clones. Okay.
Do you think Britney Spears is her?
That's not Britney Spears. I'm sorry, it's not Britney Spears.
Oh.
Go look at photos. That's not Britney Spears.
Here's my biggest thing.
Don't cancel me, Hollywood.
Here's my
let me
biggest
have my
thing.
podcast.
How do you think that these people would hide that, Kristen? If somebody tried to clone you, I would scream it from the top of the mountains like that's not Kristen.
You literally will get killed.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I believe this
you
with
guys,
every
I believe there's
ounce
so many
in my
weird things that
body.
happen in the world, but like when you think that you could make one of the biggest pop stars in the world just disappear and nobody would come forward and be like, that's not her, like her close friends. Jamie Lynn Spears, I've done her hair a bunch of times, like she would tell me.
No, she wouldn't, because she'll get killed.
Okay, we're not going into that.
The people who are going to come out and say something get killed. Anthony Bourdain. There's a list of people.
Movie theaters might actually ban the Minecraft movie after this happened. Movie theaters are sick and tired of people pulling the fire alarm, forcing an evacuation out of movie theaters, even on screens that aren't playing the Minecraft movie. They're sick and tired of people making unannounced speeches, people shouting out things during the movie, disrupting the film for all, and people doing cartwheels and backflips to impress the audience members. And also throwing popcorn and trash in the theater, which we all have seen many times already. And because they keep on having to pause the movie and either ask people to leave or turn the movie off entirely, there's a chance that it could get banned from theaters. Also, the theater companies want you to know that you are not Steve. Which isn't true. We are all Steve. Theaters are posting this as a last and final warning before the movie could possibly get banned, asking people to not yell chicken jockey during scenes of the movie, and to not shower their staff with popcorn.
I'm not throwing no popcorn. Y'all know how expensive popcorn is, and they throwing popcorn.
I need y'all to put this into perspective. Just imagine, one night, you decide
You want to go hang out with your friends, your family, etc. Y'all want to go to a club, go get some food, have some drinks, dance, have fun. And at night, you're expecting everything to go good, just goes bad because the rooftop collapsed on you. So this is an update of the incident that happened in the Dominican Republic at a nightclub when a rooftop collapsed in and the whole building fell apart. So they are saying a total of 124 people who attended that club that night has lost their life. They say among the people who were unalive was a baseball player named Octavio. So they say an MLB legend named Octavio Dotel was one of the people who were unalived in the incident. And also a governor named Nelson Cruz. His sister was one of the people too. So rest in peace to everyone who lost their life in this incident. It's crazy, fool. You just hate to see incidents like this because you can go out. You never expect it to be your last night, your last moment.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it just happened without warning. Well, it was a little warning. You seen a couple people trying to leave the building because they were like, nah, I don't like that. And that's when the whole thing caved in. Whoever owned that building, they knew that that was not safe. They probably didn't get inspections. They probably cut corners just to keep that joint open so they can make money. I don't know what the case is, but I'm just saying, how do you not know something like that is going to happen? The signs were there. It had to have been there. And if the people did get inspections, the people that passed it should be fired or in jail. That's crazy to me, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. And like I said, condolences to everyone who was affected by this.
Shalom, I pray you're all doing well. Before we get into the rest of the video, I want to take a moment to thank each and every single one of you for your continued love and support. To show my gratitude, I'm excited to announce our monthly appreciation giveaway. Each month, I'll be randomly selecting some of you to receive a special thank you gift. Here's how you can join in. Simply comment as you normally would below this video and just add your Cash App name at the end of your comment. Winners will be chosen randomly so everyone has an equal chance to win. I'm incredibly excited to give back to this amazing community that has supported me so generously and that Yahuwah and Yahusha has blessed me with. Thank you once again for everything. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to see who our first blessed winners will be. Stay tuned for more updates and surprises on this channel. Now back to the rest of the video.
So there's this AI program to where all you have to do is upload 1 minute of someone speaking. The AI learns how to best make the voice sound exactly like the person, and it's spooky. They're working on it to where you'll upload 30 minutes of a conversation and you can go into each and every word and mess with the inflection to where it's exactly like someone's voice. But I want to talk about this because I saw this news interview and she said families should come up with a safe word for their kids. The reason was because there's this news interview where this mom said that she got a call and it was her daughter's voice and she was saying, "Help, mom. Please help me. I'm scared." She was terrified. The mom started freaking out, and a man went on the phone, says, "I have your daughter. You send me $50,000 or this is going to happen." And you heard her daughter in the background screaming for help, and she was freaking out.
Yeah.
And what
as a parent,
what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? And then her daughter came out from her bedroom and said, "Mom, what's going on?" And she was like, "What?" And so someone took her daughter's voice and then did the whole AI thing.
Yeah.
It's getting
scamming people out of money and scaring people.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts.
And so I did.
Wait. You mean to tell me, Nanas, that your burritos, your tortillas, contain propylene glycol? Propylene glycol, the very same thing you're going to find in, let's see, antiseptic cleansing spray? Active ingredient, propylene glycol. Why the fuck is that in our food? And that's just one ingredient on the list of crap that's being fed to us in our food. Make your own tortillas from scratch, folks. Make them from scratch. They're not hard.
Look how much ingredient it takes to make this tortilla. The fact that this right here was in this stuff.
Let's see.
This cleansing spray?
Antiseptic cleansing spray?
Look. Oh my gosh, they're trying to. I don't react to stuff like this all the time, but it's just eye-opening. I'm telling you, I used to be like, my aunt is doing too much. She used to make everything handmade from scratch. I'm like, if you don't just go to the store, I'm hungry, okay? I just want to eat. When I tell you, I respect her so much now because it makes sense. Why is this cleansing spray that contains this ingredient in tortillas? Yeah, that's one thing there's a lot of things I can name with TikTok. TikTok has been an eye-opener. That's why they wanted to shut TikTok down. Because think about it, they didn't want to shut Instagram down. They don't want to shut Twitter down, Snapchat, but y'all gonna shut TikTok down? Something deeper than that. They teach you a lot of things on TikTok, and it's not even just with the ingredients, but I've been learning how to make stuff from scratch or alternatives or replacements. TikTok has woken me up to a lot of things. It's just all about how you use TikTok. Yes, TikTok can be a distraction if you allow it to be a distraction, or you can use it and gain the knowledge and wisdom that it actually does have on there. Again, you have to think, why else would they want to take TikTok down? Has nothing to do with China. Nah, it's some little deeper than that.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life.
I just want to know
a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones.
Yes.
ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old, dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day.
And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David?
Yeah, the images are really something, Matt. Thank you.
That's beautiful to bring something extinct back to life, but we just seen in the last clip, y'all putting chemicals in ingredients that are not supposed to be in food that we're eating. We got bigger things to worry about, and y'all bringing stuff that's extinct back to life. This don't make no sense. Why would y'all want to bring a dire wolf? It's so much stuff that we could be working on. Y'all bringing back species that have been extinct for 13,000 years. And then y'all planning on bringing in some more stuff. Can we focus on what we need to deal with now?
Nelly, are you okay? Yo, Nelly, you good?
He's...
Why you putting your eyes like that, man?
Weird. This is new. Are you okay?
Okay. Whoa, what was that?
You don't got no song.
What's that hand sign
about?
It's not a game.
You don't got no song that he should be doing his eyes like that.
What's wrong with his eyes, guys? I hope he's okay. Why was he doing that with his eyes? I don't know, but Nelly normally doesn't act like this. I hope he's okay. Now, this is the old Nelly that I remember. I listen to his music all the time, remember? Country grammar, remember? But this new Nelly? He's all right. You know, people do grow up. That was a long time ago, the other picture. I don't know why his eyes were like that and why was he doing that with his hands. Just playing, guys. He wasn't doing nothing with his hands. You was just moving them. You know, when you perform and you do little tricks.
Nah.
A lot of people talk with their hands. Don't forget that. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I hope Nelly is okay. The reason why I say that, because the way he was moving his eyes, he usually doesn't do that. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I gotta go.
I didn't even know Nelly still does performances, because what he gonna perform? I haven't heard nothing new. Then again, I haven't been listening to music, so I could be wrong. But yes, the music, the film, the fashion, and the sports industry are all being controlled by you know who, which is Hassan. And then those hand signals that he did aren't your typical hand signals that people do. So we know that he was casting a spell over the people that were at the concert. These concerts are just for these artists to feed off of the crowd when it comes to the people. Y'all be careful. Music is not what it used to be. When I tell you it's been getting worse and worse. Who going to a Nelly concert? I just want to know. What? Do he got new music out? Like, that's really a question. Y'all going to Nelly concerts? Nelly ain't. All right, let me show. All right, next video.
When you a quiet person, people will literally make up who they think you are inside their own head. Like, you ain't said nothing.
Assumptions.
You ain't did nothing. They just analyze you, trying to just make up something about you in their head because you're not talking. And I understand why, because curiosity, it breeds suspicion. And any suspicion without evidence to support it will just cause people to fill in the gaps with their own assumptions. I'm not really knocking anybody for doing it because we're human. We all do it sometimes. It's just interesting that usually when you the quietest one in the room, that's usually what the vast majority of people are doing. They just assuming all this about you.
Breaking news. LeBron James is the first ever male athlete to receive a Barbie Kinbassador doll. How many of y'all grown men finna go out there and buy this? and not for your child. You buying it for yourself. Be honest. And don't try to say, oh, it's an action figure. This is a Barbie doll. But hey, it's LeBron though.
You got a point.
But I ain't gonna lie, they did a really good job with
like
the
him.
detail. Like, this look just like Bron, bro. That's crazy. And I seen a video of Bron taking the hat off to check the hairline and make sure they ain't mess up his hair. I ain't gonna lie, they cooked. They did a good job with the hair, man. LeBron James seems to like it. He's happy. This finna sell out as soon as it hit the shelf. I know it is. It's gonna be a bunch of grown men fighting, arguing, probably up the pole on somebody to get a hold to one of these things, man. That's crazy. And I know LeBron James finna sign a couple of them. Imagine getting one signed by Bron. It's over with. Another reason he's the GOAT.
Like, there's people who go missing. You know that whole thing? They go missing, they get turned into McDonald's. There's a whole thing where pets, I don't know if you guys ever saw this. There was a guy who owns the largest pet food company, and he owns all the kibble. And when a pet would pass away at the vet, they would take that pet, put it into kibble.
Can we tell what's in pet food just by looking at the label? There's no way to really tell that because if the ingredient says meat and bone meal, you don't know if that's cattle or sheep or horse or fluffy.
Same thing with sick people. It gets really weird. And that's the thing, all of these fast food companies, because I don't want to just say that this fast food company is this, it's all of them. They're all owned by the same people. Like, you look into all the companies and all the fast foods, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, you know, Popeyes, Subway, all of it, it's all owned by the Rockefellers. It's all owned back into this book. Like, just straight up, that's just what it is. It's all owned by the same things. It's all owned by the Federal Reserve, the Rothschilds, and the Rockefellers. It's always the same thing. So when people are like, oh, I went to, you know, Wendy's and I bought from this. No. You bought from the same companies that also own the other companies which are trying to poison you. It's all the same exact thing. They're all owned by the same people. It's umbrellas.
Exactly, people. You heard what he said. You know what I mean? They're all owned by the same thing, which is BlackRock, Vanguard, and maybe even State Street as well. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's is the largest retailer of human meat. They boost in their motto, billions served. They must tell you the truth, and they do. But you do not understand that you speak in babble, and they speak in proper English. Etymology exposes their language.
Bro, what the is going on? Is this Black Mirror? Black Mirror has actually came true.
Black Mirror is in
Brother,
effect.
look, she looks gone, she looks possessed. Whatever that is, the chip thing, I need to try this. Mad, I didn't think this would have happened in 2020, 2025. It's not just her either. You got Rylan. He's doing the same thing as well. His head's gone as well. He can turn his on and off as well. Oh my days. What is this? There's another one. It's actually Black Mirror happening. Get me involved. Mental. Brother, people think this is some April Fool's thing. Nah, this is real. What is going on? What the hell is going on?
So I really do think that this is a promotion for Black Mirror because Black Mirror just dropped a new season. But I still highly recommend you to check it out because I really truly believe that show was saying something without saying something. And you know, they put the stuff in TV shows and movies. So don't be surprised if Elon Musk, you know, Muskie, he'll come out with something like this. Because I promise you, they don't be coming up with this stuff out of nowhere. No. They put this stuff in these shows to tell you, we're going to put this in the show to make it look like a joke, but really we're coming out with this.
Hey, you!
Syrian Aramaic. How clever.
Jesus.
Honey, is there something?
It's true what I said, though. I do know who you are. It's Hazel.
Where'd you get that? From Milano's place? You found something up there. Well, some things, pal, you shouldn't know.
Like what? Like what?
And if you know, you should never ever tell.
Oh. They move for people who are already open.
Beware my wrath.
You see how they just keeps hopping? One touch, one conversation. Oh, God. I have not seen that movie, but I've heard about it. I know I talked with my mom about it like a couple months ago because I asked her about it because I know we were talking and she had discussed this movie. Y'all know my mom is the movie head, but we have talked about this movie before. I just hadn't seen it. Kind of want to, but I don't know. You guys have to let me know if that one's worth watching. It seems like it is though. But it really shows you a visual of Ephesians 6 and 12, which is the, you know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. But do you see how that demon was, it started off with the woman, then it went to the husband, and then it just kept transferring to each individual that he was around, whether that be through a touch, a conversation. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. That's why we have to have the armor of Yahuwah on, because again, it's the principalities. It's the light versus the darkness. And at the end of the day, you know that light is going to forever overcome the darkness. The darkness can never win. It's impossible because the light is always going to overcome it. But that was the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. It talks about the supernatural, ruachs, aka spirits, demons, how they hop in the gateways. I don't know, y'all, but when you start to see with your like spiritual eyes, it's like you can't unsee. So let us be girded up with the word, allow us to be able to speak the word when stuff like this happens, because all the demons are trying to do is just knock you off your course. You have to think about it. If you were on Hasatan's team, he's not going to send demons to mess you up because he got you. He's going to send demons and all these principalities when you're not on his team, when you're on Yahuwah's team. I told y'all know my favorite saying. You have to know how precious your soul is when you have both Hasatan and Yahuwah fighting for it. And you have to keep on your forefront who wins at the end of the day. Don't let Hasatan win because he loses. So it's a war. It is a spiritual war. Keep our minds girded with the word. We know that this will help us defeat and attack and defeat Hasatan because we've seen it with Yahusha. We've seen it when he was tempted after his 40-day fast, 40-day and night fast, and how Hasatan came and was plaguing his mind. And do you know how he defeated that battle? Did he defeat it with his hands? No. Did he defeat it by fighting? No. He defeated it by speaking that word. The word is life, the word is living, the word is sharper than any two-edged sword. So we had to be girded and equipped with it because we had to be able to speak these things. We had to become the word made flesh. Didn't mean to go into a tangent, but y'all know how it goes when it comes to that. But really hope you guys loved and enjoyed today's video. I know I did. I know the one about them bringing that extinct animal to life. I'm like, what are y'all? We got important things to worry about, and y'all bringing back an animal. Why? We got stuff in our tortillas. Like, could we start there first? Y'all want to y'all just skipping steps. Y'all know I'm playing. Oh, well, I'm not playing, but I'm playing, but I'm not playing. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's all for today's video, y'all. I do want to say, if you want your video featured on here along with the shout out, all you have to do is join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. That is how I see it. That's how I react to it and how I put it up on the big screen. So thank you to each and every single person that did send in videos. I know I stopped shouting out after a while because these were all Biggs videos. Look, you own one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because every time I get on here, it'd be about 100 videos. So I truly appreciate you and all those that I shouted out today. I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Keep sending in videos because the more that you guys send, the more that I can react to and post and upload. You guys know I'm doing a thing where I'm trying to upload more. So it's no more once a week type of videos. I'm trying to get about 2 to 3 a week. Y'all, the goal is 1 million. And we are going to hit it in the name of Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach. I know y'all see the merch. Bless Department, one of many on the website. Make sure to go check it out. I want to say thank you for all the love and support that I have been getting on the website, shopperkyy.com. The link is in the description down below. For those that have been copying the merch, all I ask is that if you may please take a picture and tag me in it so I can feature you on the website. Don't y'all want a shout out? Y'all been buying and shopping and supporting the merch and been saying, oh, I got compliments, but y'all not taking no picture and tagging me though. That's crazy. Let me see so I can post you on the website. And if you don't believe me, go to shopperkyy.com and you'll see all the people that have sent in their pictures to me and I uploaded on the website. So just want to say thank you in advance. I want to say that we are on the road to 900,000 people, which is still so mind-blowing to say. That is crazy. All esteem, all praises, and all honor goes unto my Saba Yahuwah and my Abba, my Adonai, Yahushua HaMashiach, for blessing me with everything as a whole, because I'm just a vessel that they work in and through. Not to give credit on where it is due. I'm just a steward over what they own. So I have to let that be known. That is all for today's video, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul.